Hey, you're listening to the Geek Show Helpdesk. What's up, guys?
Hey
there.
Hey, happy to be here.
How are you tonight? Everything going okay for you?
Excited to talk about the new iPads today.
It's Apple Day!
M4.
Day only comes around once every 3 months.
Apple Days are the best days.
Once every 4 months.
So you're listening to the Geek Show Helpdesk, where we talk about tech, gadgets, and science-related things. Let's take a moment and introduce our illustrious panelists, starting with my good friend, Jarron.
Oh, I'm honored
You thought I was going to go to Tony, didn't you?
to be called your good friend. Hi, I'm Jarron. You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. That's it.
Perfect.
I've got nothing else.
That is not
Going
the way I
below
thought
me,
that would
it's
go.
Owen.
Hey, back again. I am here. This is where you'll find me. I troll Twitter. Sometimes I peruse, but not usually. I'm usually on Reddit, just finding random facts to impress my friends and family with.
Did you know that peruse actually means to examine closely, and we use it wrong as a society?
We've
Wait,
learned
what?
to use it as a lightly
As a
read.
browse, lightly
As a-
read, lightly browse. You look up the definition peruse.
I'm doing it right now.
It is
It means to.
Please tell me
to-
Tony's wrong.
in
Tony's wrong.
depth.
Tony is totally right.
originally
I
it
hate
meant
this.
to examine closely.
The
I
first
hear
definition
America.
is to examine or consider with attention and detail. The second definition is to look over
Yeah.
through in a casual or cursory manner.
How's that? How's that for weird?
I'm just saying we're gonna here in
I-
America we do what we want. We do what we want with the
Got
English
that
language.
right.
Look at what we've done to it. We do what we
I'm
want.
questioning all of my life choices.
Just blew
Like,
Lando's mind.
In the meantime, let's talk about the guy down here in this corner, the Tony.
That's me. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or on the other Geek Show podcasts. And I just got to say, I thought Jarron's response to your statement earlier was going to go quite different. I figured he would say something like, ew, gross, no. But he went with it. So that's
I
nice.
always accept flattery.
It's
It's
true.
true.
And our host who flatters the Jarron, it's Lando.
Sounds kind of nasty.
Yeah, let's not flatter the Jarron in that way. It's Lando. It's me. I'm here. I'm the host with the most. I'm so happy. I love driving the show. It gives me something to do. It makes me feel important. You know, puffs me up big. I like it. Much so. There we go.
Okay.
Hey, don't question my choice of words.
I didn't. I
I'm the
said okay.
host. Yeah, but you were thinking it, Tony. I could see it in your face. You were thinking it.
Could you see?
all right.
Yeah, you could see it. You're right.
I
Oh,
could see
man.
it. I could see it. Jarron, do we got any of them emails?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, let's go.
Got an email from Alex. He says, "Hey team, love the show and am excited whenever a new Geek Show podcast drops each week, even if some of the panelists are an 8 of 10.
That's me.
Oh.
Probably the codpiece comment from last week.
That's a good comment.
My ask for help comes around my home network that has turned into a nightmare. This one's up your alley, Tony.
Here we go.
I have
I'll tell you
cable
what the
internet
answer is.
that was good several months ago, but now my speeds are often around 2 megabits per second and out of control ping.
Sounds
believe
like
our-
Comcast.
I believe our issue started when we installed wireless security cameras that required Wi-Fi extenders because of distance. The challenge is, how do I confirm this or find the other issues? I haven't logged into my router yet to see if it has software for this, but is there something networking monitoring software you might recommend? Also, I wonder if I have too many Wi-Fi devices with the camera extenders and users for some airwave interference. Is there a way to know when there's too much? Sorry for the long email. Love you all, even Lambo. Sincerely, Alex.
Yeah, easy.
I love you too,
Unplug
Alex.
one.
I have two quick suggestions before Tony gives the real suggestions, because I have to say it now or else
I
I
know
won't be
that
able
feeling.
to later.
Yep.
First one, reboot your router.
Nope.
Nice.
Second one,
Absolutely reboot your
I would
router.
reboot the router.
back in the day when I had Comcast, it sucked until I enabled
So,
QoS on my router, and that made it much better.
Which is interesting because on non-cable routers, QoS slows things down.
Yeah,
does.
QoS
Yeah.
usually sucks. Yeah.
When I had on Comcast, though, it was night and day difference when I enabled QoS.
So as far, what did you have something you wanted to say, Lando?
I do. I want to go on record saying I'm not anti-rebooting a router. Every once in a while, you got to reboot things. What I am anti
Every week.
is
Every week.
when you schedule the reboot to fix a problem. Fix the dang problem. Don't schedule the reboot. The reboot's duct tape.
It doesn't really fix
What
the
if
problem. It's just good hygiene.
Scheduling the reboot fixes the
It's
problem.
not good hygiene.
Guess
Nope.
what? I change my underwear once a day. That's good hygiene.
Fix
No.
the problem, Tony.
No,
Why-
Tony,
how-
you should
Stop
would I
change it.
farting.
I guess I
and
just
eat
need to
better.
fix the problem.
Yeah, stop sharding your pants, Tony. That'll fix the problem, right?
You see that little kid that's been making the rounds? He's like, I sharded. He's like, you
Yeah.
what?
You said that.
Sharded.
You said
oh,
that.
I sent that,
Yeah,
right.
You said that, and I watched that probably 5
What's
or
a
6
shart?
times.
It's when you think you're gonna root or toot.
You root or
and
toot.
it splats.
But it splats. Yeah.
I
It's like a-
laugh
it's like a-
endlessly at
It's
that
like a
little
root.
video.
It's like a rootitoot, but with a splat.
Anyway, yeah, so absolutely start with rebooting your router, and you might want to reboot your modem too,
Yeah.
cable modem. Unplug that, plug it back in.
Yeah.
Check the if you need to enable QoS, that might be something to try as well. Your extenders don't usually make your network slow unless the extender is too far away from the home base.
Stretched it too far.
Yep, they have to be close enough to have a good signal back to the original wireless router for the extensions. So what you can do is try unplug.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose Tony?
Uh-oh.
I'll fill in
His
here.
I think his extender just broke.
I think it
Yeah.
did. I
I
would
hate when my extender breaks.
hardwire right into the router itself to see if you're
Yeah.
getting those same speeds. If you are, then it could be the modem,
Or your
Or-
Wi-Fi drivers, or even.
or maybe you just need a new router at this point.
It could be
I
any
would,
of those things.
I would say,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I think-
the first step for determining if it's the problem, unplug the extenders and see if your speeds and ping
Yep.
improve. You know,
I was gonna say,
that's
just start
like-
unplugging
that's like
stuff
number
and
one,
like,
and
yeah,
start
troubleshooting
adding things
101.
in.
Try and narrow down the problem to one thing.
Isolate it. Yep.
Isolate it.
and reproduce.
Well, good thing Tony isn't driving today, or else we'd be totally lost.
We
Yeah.
would be. Do think anything else to add for Alex's email? I think we're good. Any other emails, Jarron?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome. Well, sweet. Let's get right into the stories. We'll just cut Tony's right out for the day. Don't need him. It's fine.
Ha ha.
He's back.
What's
I don't know.
happening? Who's doing that?
He's coming
I'm
back.
doing that.
Oh, dang it.
man.
We had freedom.
That was so weird because I could hear you guys the whole time.
Really?
Until the last part when it finally everything went black, and so I reloaded the page and it came up. So I don't know. Anyway,
StreamYard being.
Hey, we're done with the email, Tony.
We're
You're
done.
too late.
We're good. We're moving
You're
on to
done,
stories.
bro.
all right, no more work for me.
So, Owen got a WashTower, which I've had one of these things for a while now, but I always forget that the thing to do on the show is to buy some new appliance and review it as if it's technology. The
Yeah.
washers in my
Appliance
brain are not
is
tech.
technology.
They are. I know. I get it.
These
but I
ones,
just
are
don't
these
equate
ones,
the two.
especially. These ones, especially are here. So my headline. Do you see
Go
what it
ahead,
says?
Owen. I'll
I have
fill
a
in.
short. I have a short review. It's great.
They're really good.
The
So,
end.
That's all. So I got the LG WashTower after a ton of research because we needed
color?
to upgrade. We went with green, which, by the way, if you get any other color other than white, be prepared to wait because that's what I did for
Does
over a
it
month.
cost more too?
Mine's black.
okay.
I got the black one.
So we got the green one. We got the new LG WashTower, and let me just tell you, this thing's too smart for me. It's got an app. It's got an app.
It
Lets
does.
me know when
Oh,
things are done.
boo. I don't like
I know.
that.
It's got an app.
Why?
It's got
James,
AI
you just
technology.
You don't like apps for anything.
No, I don't.
I don't want apps
Anti-app.
for my
It's got-
Bluetooth headsets. I don't
I
want
want
apps for my
single-
Bluetooth controller.
I want single-use devices.
Yeah. So well, that's the thing is that you have to enable that. So like you have to go down and turn on remote on both the washer and the
You
dryer.
could just not do it.
You could just not do it. But
Well, You kind of have to. The thing
Really?
is, here I love this unit so much. They work so good, but I do have one complaint in my use.
what is
If
it?
you want anything like
You guys
if you
have
want
the
to use
same
any,
one.
yes, we have the same one. Any of the features or wash cycles that are not like the 5 standard ones that are on the interface on the machine, you have to send it via the app, and it sucks. So, like
Oh, that's
for
kinda
example,
lame.
the one that I use in the dryer, the steam cycle to get wrinkles out, not on the
Now,
machine. You have to
Found
send it via
now.
the
I
app.
figured out. It's long pressing. If you long press the buttons on the device, that's how you switch That's how you do it on there. Just so you know.
Owen's had it for
'Cause
2
we've-
weeks. Lando's had it for a
Amazing.
year or longer.
So-
And he's like,
I
here's
just
how you use
figured it was
So-
just one of those things.
It's probably easier to do it on the app because it's definitely not intuitive on the control panel
Yeah.
to know that
It's
a long
not intuitive
press
in the app.
was required. And they do mention it in the user manual, but nobody who reads that. Not anybody that's anybody. Anyway,
Not anyone
Apparently
on this show,
Owen
that's
does.
for sure.
but I mean, for me, this is a huge upgrade because we got our washer dryer in 2014. So I've been changing it, and I've been limping those along, taking them apart, changing out the elements, like all the things.
Only 10 years.
Yeah, it's a little,
Man, when we were kids, like our parents had washers and dryers for like decades.
from
Yeah.
the 70s,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
But these ones, not meant to last that long. But it has been fantastic, and the smart features, like it's super quiet, and just the space, like that's a huge thing for us is the space.
Yep. That's why we did it.
And let me just tell you,
Well, not only that, they're connected too. So if
Yeah.
the washer's like a little misbalanced or whatever, the dryer ain't gonna fall off.
yeah, they are connected, and you can, and I mean, we bought ours through Costco, so because we wanted the warranty and the stuff that Costco does with their electronics.
Smart.
Love Costco.
But yeah, we got them on a deal at first because it was whatever the last deal is that Costco is doing, and they show up to our house and they're unpacking it and they do the inspection and the front glass of the door is shattered in transit.
Bummer.
And they're like, "Don't worry, we'll still give you the deal. We're just gonna go fix the glass." No, they canceled my order. I had to reorder it. Wait another 3 weeks again. And then they tried to be like, no, it's the other price.
No, bull crap.
And I was like, So I gave him the horns.
Gave them the what for?
And Lando, you do know that they have braces for the
Uh-oh.
non-single units so that the dryer doesn't fall off the top.
Yeah, these ones are definitely latched together.
What's going on? Lando, can you hear us?
He's freaking out. I don't know why he's freaking out.
I think StreamYard's having some issues
Yeah, dude.
today.
I think he just
He pieced.
there he is.
There he is. I don't think he can see us or hear us. Look at that.
I'm back. I'm back.
You were never gone.
StreamYard's being dumb.
So I guess it wasn't my
StreamYard.
ISP or anything.
Yeah,
I think it's
So
StreamYard.
It's going around. Well, we
So-
should
It's
keep
going
this
around.
We should keep this rolling then in case it dies completely.
Yeah. Anyway, my short review that turned into a medium and now a long-winded review is that they're great. It's fantastic.
What models? What models?
So this is the LG. This is the LG WashTower single electric center control, and it's got the 4.5 cubic foot front loader and the 7.4 cubic foot dryer with TurboSteam. I don't have the actual model number, but it's
Neither do I.
they call them
It's
the
the
LG
WashTower.
WashTower. Yeah, they call it the LG WashTower.
Nice. I need to start seeing what's out there because my washer and dryer are 13 years old.
The
Nice.
new the cool ones.
So
the cool
I'm-
ones
I'm
are
just-
a heat pump
I'm-
now.
I'm sure that at some point in the not too distant future they'll probably give up the ghost, but I'm going to ride it out as long as I can.
The new ones are ventless with a
Well,
no
there
vent.
are some ventless ones, but
they're just a heat pump.
they're
and,
finicky.
and they're small. So
Yeah.
they might be good for you, Tony, since you don't have kids. But I got
Oh,
I got a
I don't
whole
think so.
I got a whole zoo of kids and
He's big, so his clothes are bigger. Takes more space in
My
the.
clothes are big.
Oh,
A
that's why.
and B. We wait until we have to do
yeah,
laundry.
right. There
I
you go.
hate laundry.
That's
I do
the
laundry
worst.
tonight.
It's like shoving it in there with a stick. You're
I'm
like, you
out
know
of
what? Becky?
pants, dang it.
Yep. Remote
No,
work
he
has have
Not
you
going
found
into
the
work today, I guess.
Yeah, have you found the remote work made that worse? Like, I feel like
Yes.
remote work, because I didn't have to impress anybody. I didn't have to like, oh, I can't wear these pants. There's a big mustard stain. But like now, like I just don't go to work. I don't go into work, and so I'm like, man, it's a mustard stain, but
Who cares?
Well, yeah, if nobody's
here.
working, if you just
Yeah,
at your house.
and so then I just let my laundry get dirtier and dirtier until
Oh,
there's
no,
nothing left.
Well, not only that, but your shirts, you can't smell them. I can't smell your shirt right now. For all
No.
I know, you're wearing a
Yeah.
3-day-old
Oh, yeah.
shirt that smells like
Oh,
crap. but-
no,
No, I don't know.
Shut
3,
up.
more like 5.
This is actually the back of the shirt. I go inside, I go outside, I go front, I go back.
Day 4, the
days-
back.
This is day 4, baby.
All right.
Ah,
Nice.
All right, thanks, Owen. Let's move on. Today was Apple Day. Let's talk about Apple things.
Oh,
Tony's got all
baby.
all the tea about the iPads.
I appreciate it was a short event.
Yeah, it was only like 30 minutes.
They still had fluff, but overall
It wasn't too
It
bad.
was pretty good.
There wasn't a whole. I would say there was the least amount of prayer hands from Tim Cook that I've seen yet. So
Prayer
he does a lot more of this, where he puts one kind of fisted hand into the other
got
hand.
that.
Oh, that's kind of frightening, actually.
And but he does it down low, so I don't know. But I will say, have you looked at his hands? Like he's got some serious sausage fingers going. Holy
He's
moly!
got man hands.
I'll bet his ring size is bigger than mine. Like it looks.
He's a small guy though.
Tim Cook, he's not
Yeah.
that small.
Yeah, I'd say he's average
I
height.
think he's actually fairly tall.
American average,
yeah.
which means tall.
If I remember,
He looks like our old. He looks a little bit like our old boss, doesn't he? Todd or something.
No,
No.
I still work with Todd. He doesn't look like that. Look
Oh.
like that at all.
Oh.
I guess he's 6'3". So I mean that's pretty.
That's
tall.
pretty tall.
That's not-
Yeah,
It's a
that's
long
tall.
way. Let me just tell you, that's a long way to fall.
As a
And
short
confirm.
person, I classify that as tall.
So I mean,
How
that's
tall
what
are you, Jarron?
That's what the internet says right now.
I am Tom Cruise height. Thank you very much.
Oh, see, this one
Tall
says
enough.
6.
Do you
This
run
one
with
says
a hand like
6
this?
Right,
foot.
No, I don't move my arms when I run.
Jared's
Oh,
like,
that's fair.
Yeah. Anyway, this says 6 foot, so we'll say about 6 foot. 6 foot.
Okay,
six-
Tony.
six-ish.
Okay, Tony. Okay,
But
Tony, okay.
anyway,
You've talked an awful lot
iPads.
about
All right,
non-iPads.
that is the Apple event. Let's move on to
So,
the real
move on
news
to
of the
next
day.
thing. No, so they announced it was only iPads. That's iPads and some iPad apps. They didn't add
I'm
anything
okay with
else into
that.
this event.
and
yeah.
peripheral.
yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
good. And well, I mean, it's a peripheral that only works with iPads. So
Right.
New
an
iPad
peripheral.
Airs.
new iPad Airs. There's a larger size now. You're getting your 11-inch and your 13-inch, which is the new one. They are coming now with the M2, and the base configuration starts with 128 gigabytes of storage instead of 64. So that is a win.
Is it fair to say this is probably like the iPad for most people now? For like watching movies and playing games?
I
like,
honestly think the cheapest iPad, like
Yeah.
$350, is the iPad for most people.
I would
mean,
say so too.
it's
To tell you the truth, because the A2, the M2 is still vastly underutilized for 95%.
Big time. That's the point,
of
right?
work.
like
And
$350 for just a normal iPad. It's a good size.
Mm-hmm.
It's all screen, doesn't have the stupid home button anymore.
Yep. So if you want to go a little spendier, a little nicer, the iPad Air is there. If you want, especially if you want a larger size, and then the iPads that I've been waiting for, the Pros. Oh baby!
There was
So-
some interesting tech in these, and I wasn't expecting that, especially in the screen department. I'm
Yep.
very excited for that.
So they
They
have
say the
moved.
magic. Did they say the magic letters?
They did
screen?
OLED, and not only is
boy.
it OLED, it's double OLED.
Tandem OLED,
They call
they
it-
say.
Tandem OLED, and it's apparently 2 OLED screens on top of each other, so it can achieve higher brightness and things like that.
1,000 full
Nice.
screen sustained nits.
Full screen, and then
That's
full
so
15
many
screen.
nits.
1500 peak, and that's
Yeah.
1000 nits HDR and SDR. So
That is insanely bright.
super awesome.
I think that's
Yeah.
great too, because that shows what you can do when you lower the CPU, like the power envelope needed for the processor. What you can do
Yep.
with the extra power,
Yep.
in a device.
And as a result of switching to this screen tech, they were able to make the device even thinner than before. And they didn't say anything, but I really hope this didn't come at the cost of some battery capacity too, because Apple's got a bad history of sacrificing
They do.
battery capacity.
Also, really hope it doesn't come at the expense of the thing breaking in half.
Yeah,
Like
it is-
if you throw this thing in your backpack and there's books in there,
Get a
will the
case.
books bend it?
yeah,
Bend
get
it, yeah. Is this
definitely
another-
get a good case for it.
A
but
chonky case, which will
you're-
negate the benefits.
Yeah.
Well, don't get a chonky one, but get get a good
case
one.
isn't going to prevent a 13-inch iPad from bending,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
unless
that's
it's the
fair.
keyboard
Remember-
case.
Remember Bendgate with
Bendgate.
the
iPhone
when that
8
came out?
right there.
iPhone 8.
So this is I can't believe they didn't put the measurement on here.
It's
in this
crazy thin
article
though. Like
in
if you
Gadget. It's
plug
like-
in
I
a
think it's-
USB-C cable, it's thicker than the iPad itself.
I think they said
That's
the
crazy.
11-inch is 5.3 millimeters and the 13-inch is 5.1 millimeters. The 13-inch iPad Pro is now the thinnest Apple device they've ever created, thinner than the iPod Nano. So
Wow.
it is crazy thin.
They're super light now too. The 11-inch is under a pound.
9.98 pounds.
Then the 13-inch is like 1.1 something pounds.
That's bonkers.
The original
there it
iPad
is.
was 1.5,
Yeah.
and
there
this
it
one is so much more powerful.
Battery
Bigger
tech hasn't
screen.
Battery
Yep.
tech hasn't changed, so you have to believe that they've sacrificed something there in the battery
Well,
capacity, right?
Battery tech has changed. Not
It's gotten
from year to year, but
incrementally
definitely
better.
yeah, over the last, decade or whatever since iPads have been out. So yeah, I was right. 5.3 on the 11 and 5.1 on the 13. And then to top it all off, they are launching the M4 CPU.
You can
on
upgrade to this, right?
Yep, I'm going to get this
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
This was a surprise because they just debuted the M3
M3s?
processors a
6
couple
months
months
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, under 6 months ago, and they're already touting the M4, and
That's
that's
crazy.
because they need that AI piece, because AI buzzword,
So the iPad Pro is going from the M2 to the M4. They just skipped M3 entirely.
Yep.
So I think a lot of the thinness comes from the more efficient processor.
Yeah, I think you're right on there. And then the M4 will sport now a 10-core CPU and a 10-core GPU. The CPU is 4 performance cores and 6 efficiency cores, which that's this thing like
Apple makes their own discrete GPU for this.
yeah, yep.
Oh,
And
Yeah, they've been doing that for
they've been
years.
doing this
Yeah.
for a while.
right.
But this thing is going to be like just crazy powerful, especially for the form factor.
I see people replacing this, like
They-
this turning into more of like a Surface Pro, where it's like just a
If the
computer.
if the OS were better.
Yeah, if the
Yeah,
OS
true,
supported that kind
true.
of stuff. So you're looking at they're claiming the M4 CPU is 50% faster than the M2, so the last gen iPad Pro, and the GPU is 4 times faster than the last gen iPad Pro.
That's
and
awesome.
The Neural engine reaches up to 38 tops tera operations per second, which is just a little bit lower than what the what is that? The Qualcomm X whatever CPU that we talk about recently that they're coming out for the Windows laptops. That's 45. So it's within spitting distance of that.
It's not even officially out yet either.
In the tablet, and it's not even officially out yet. Anyway, so long story short, they look really freaking awesome. If you want the best screen, the fastest tablet by a freaking country mile, there's nothing out there that's going to even come close to this speed-wise.
They put a price on it.
Yeah, it starts at $999 for the 11-inch, and that comes with starting at 256 gig storage for $999, and then
Semi-reasonable amount.
I mean, I'd never used more than 256. I bought 256 gig iPads for the last 2 times now, and I still have 50% left storage. And then where did it go? $12.99 for the 13-inch. And then the prices go up from there based on if you want to add cellular, larger capacity storage.
But this-
Really
So
curious how much
both those-
RAM is in these because for AI tasks, it's
Needs more
RAM
RAM.
hungry, and
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
touting AI. Very curious what the RAM will come in at.
It's got to be 8 gig minimum.
And
Has to be
both
probably.
of those, both
Hopefully
of those
more.
are out of the box. The M4, you don't have to upgrade the package. They come with the M4 as default.
Yeah.
as
You
default.
can
yeah,
never
you-
choose another CPU option. And
Yeah, unless you buy the older
Yeah.
generation.
Right.
So
they also debuted a new keyboard case. It's halfway aluminum, halfway durable material, whatever that means.
durable material.
Yeah, and they added
found
a
Plastic.
function row and an escape key. It's
It's becoming a laptop.
life
No,
changing.
they have an escape key.
Yeah.
Settle
yeah,
down.
yeah.
And a trackpad, bigger trackpad.
Bigger
gonna have
trackpad
delete-
with
delete
haptic
keys soon.
feedback, and the palm rest is aluminum. I wish the entire thing were aluminum. That'd be kind of cool. They also announced a new Apple Pencil Pro.
Yeah.
Also has haptic feedback, and it has an accelerometer, gyrometer in there. So if you twist it, it can like twist the brushes in the
Yeah, so it's
the
the
app?
equivalent of like if you're holding a flat brush and
From
you want to
broad to
paint
narrow.
up and down and have it be a small straight line, or if you want to turn it flat and paint up and down and have it a fat line, you can do that with the pencil if the app supports it. It's pretty cool. And then
cool tech.
they also added a squeeze functionality down there, so you can squeeze the pencil a little bit more, and it brings up like tools or whatever to choose from.
It makes me wish I were an artist.
Yeah,
'Cause
I think
that
it
looks super
100%.
fun to use.
looks super good for art.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. I'm just really excited for this iPad.
They're
I think it looks
so
awesome.
they're so far ahead in the
It's
tablet
ridiculous.
space compared to
So
everyone
far.
else.
It's
nuts.
ridiculous.
I wish that they would support some sort of like I don't know, a hub mode for the iPad for people with older iPads that just want to leave it in the kitchen or something, you know?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of stand that you can put it on,
Right. Like a speaker stand, put it on there and just
like what Google does with the Pixel Slate.
yeah, exactly like that for older iPads. It'd be amazing, but they probably won't.
No, they won't.
Um,
Anyway, that was the Apple event. Pretty freaking cool stuff.
But we're missing the most important event that happened today.
What's that?
It's Google, and they announced the Google Pixel 8a.
Did you just hijack the host job and
And,
segue yourself?
He
You
did.
didn't you?
Google,
I
you
do not
know how
approve.
you know
No,
how
no.
good at business they are. They're very good at business.
As good as you are at segueing your own stories?
They know how
Steamroll.
to support products
I even need to be here? I can
years
leave?
on end. And Google, they chose the absolute best day to announce a new product for lines of product product line that they absolutely love and will support into the future.
Product of
Sounds like-
line.
It won't
Sounds
ever go to
like-
the
sounds
Google
like-
graveyard.
It sounds like me here. What's going on?
Anyway, it's a Google Pixel 8a, 120 hertz display, 7 years of updates, $500. Looks like a solid phone. Has very chunky bezels for some reason compared
Same
to
SoC
You
as
have
the
chonky
Pixel
bezels.
8.
yeah, same SoC, but very chunky bezels compared to previous Pixel A phones. I don't know why. And for some reason, they're not lowering the price of the previous generation Google Pixel A phone. It's also $500.
Thanks, Google.
Because they know how to business, and they
Yeah, that
business
doesn't make
well.
any sense.
They business good.
So I have the Pixel 7 Pro, and my son has the Pixel 7a, and he loves it. Like, I would
They're great little phones for sure.
Yeah, I have been loving the phone. I mean, obviously the OS, but like, because it's just you don't get a lot of the same garbage you have to deal with Samsung. But we've been like absolutely loving the device. It seems like they've gotten over some of the battery issues that have plagued the Pixel phones for a long time, and lower temperatures would cut it out in the older versions. So, but I think we're seriously, me and my son are seriously thinking about upgrading to the 8 and 8 Pro and 8A.
Yeah, you're already like.
It's almost to the 9.
I was
right?
going to say you're already like 4 months out from the 9. Just wait
Yeah.
for the 9.
Like
That's
phones nowadays, year-over-year upgrades aren't that significant.
really
just,
worth it.
Just wait.
My wife loves her 7 Pro as well.
Yeah.
she's a big fan.
Okay,
But
Jarron.
the
Jarron.
thing, I was going
Go
to
ahead,
say the
Tony.
thing about
You're
the 8A
I'm
is
not mad at you, Tony.
the thing about the 8A is if you go on Pixel's on Google's store right now, the 8 is $549.
Oh my gosh!
it's
What
a-
Google? What are you doing?
It's the 8 is $549. I don't know how long it'll stay on sale for $549.
It's like their teams don't talk to each other ever.
And then the 8A is $500.
They
So
have
it's just like
20
get-
different teams in the company working on different chat apps.
Just
Yeah.
get the 8 and have the nicer bezels and
Yep.
the other stuff.
You done now, Jarron? You good? Do you want to
Hey.
you want to segue into another story of yours? You okay?
And another thing,
Don't
Well,
Go
Don't
ahead.
tempt him.
We're all waiting
Don't
for
tempt-
you, Jarron.
No, we're not.
Self-hosted show here. So I want to talk about Elon Musk. So here's the thing. We talk about Elon Musk a lot, right? So in the past we've talked about his other company here called Neuralink. Remember this one?
I do.
This is the one that's putting the brain thing in your head.
I love it.
Neuralink, right?
I don't
Here's
want
a
it, but I love
shocker. The co-factor Benjamin Rappaport,
what?
co-founder.
Oh.
Co-founder. He's leaving
Okay.
the company. Bet you can't guess why.
He's
you
probably
can't guess
sick
why.
of dealing with Elon Musk.
No. You would think so.
Oh.
The real reason he's leaving is over safety concerns.
Oh,
Close.
okay. That's
Oh, that
a
makes
close
sense
second.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
makes a lot of sense, right?
it. Whiner.
So he-
Come on.
He has safety concerns with their approach of using invasive microelectrodes to penetrate the brain. So he's going to start his own company called Precision Neurosciences that's going to focus on minimally invasive surface microelectrodes. So his company is going to put stuff on the outside, not the inside, which I feel much better about.
Nah.
I think we should definitely start with the outside and work our way towards.
I don't
Right?
think so. That's
know
not
what I
the
mean?
way. That's not how Elon does.
That's not the way.
That's not the Elon. That
Exactly.
The
And
Elon
that's
way
why
is to
this
take
guy
that
left.
metal ball.
No, you
The Elon way
start
is to
with a
take that metal ball.
suppository. You always start with a suppository.
Always the butt stuff.
Yes.
The gospel according to Jarron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jarron. So anyway, I thought this was interesting. Big surprise.
Yeah,
Safety
big
concerns.
surprise.
Well, speaking
so-
of that, my son and his friends call the Cybertruck, which we've seen around town a lot more lately, the Roblox truck.
I saw
It's
one.
just a low res render of an actual truck.
I saw one the
still-
other day, and it looks better in real life from the front. Looks worse than in
yeah.
real life in the back.
In
It
the
looks
back,
so
you're
bad
right.
in the back.
Oh yeah,
I still
So much
think
junk
it's
in the
cool.
trunk, huh?
I still think it's cool, but it's too big. I think they need to make a smaller version of it. But
It's a chunky boy for sure.
mid-size
I've actually never
SUV.
seen one.
yeah, a mid-size truck.
Okie dokie. Let's move on. Let's get this out of the way early so it doesn't take up all of our time. Let's talk about the Motobuds review, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
I know how much you love your buds.
Teased
Bud.
this in the in-between last week. I have the Motobuds Plus right here. And let me make myself the solo presenter. Boom.
I'd do that if I had the
Motobuds-
power. just so you know.
Motobuds Plus. Yeah, I know you would. Motobuds Plus just came out roughly 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. And what makes these unique is the co-branding on there of Bose,
Motorola.
as you can see right there underneath the Motorola logo.
Now you teased that these were competing with the AirPod Pros.
Yes, these, in my opinion, sound better than AirPod Pros.
Gasp.
Gasp. And they are about half the price if you pay full price for the AirPod Pro 2s. You can find the AirPod Pros 2 a lot of the time for $200 now, though. But these are $129 regular price. I'm sure you'll see them on sale as well. Okay, we'll start with the regular specs at first. You have the buds themselves, the case. The case is USB-C and supports wireless charging on the bottom. You get roughly 8 hours of playback without ANC and 6 hours or so with ANC on. Dual driver, 10 millimeter driver and a 6 millimeter driver. So you have one for the lows and one for the mids and highs. And I'm pretty sure that's what actually is the defining characteristic that makes these sound better than the AirPod Pros, because there's a lot of clarity the AirPod Pros don't have, and bass emphasis too that the AirPod Pros don't have. Now, what else? Oh, a noise canceling. The noise canceling is not as good as the AirPod Pros 2, because AirPod Pros 2 are in a class of their own for noise canceling. I mean, maybe the Bose Ultra earbuds might be. I haven't played with those. They might be as good as the AirPod Pros or close to, but yeah. So I would say these get probably 85% of the way there, though. They still have very good noise canceling, just not as good as the AirPod Pros 2. Now, the downside is for Apple iPhone users, there is no app, and I know that makes Jarron happy.
Why? Why would that make me happy?
Because
that's the way you like it.
times tonight already.
I don't like unnecessary apps.
Well, this one is necessary because you can't change any of the functionality of the earbuds without the app. You can't change what the touch controls do. You can't change the EQ. You can't change what was the other thing that you can't toggle on or off the dual connectivity, so you can pair to two devices at once. It comes out of the box off, by the way. So if you don't have an Android device that you can download the app to and hook these up to, at least to do the setup and any updates, I would actually say pass.
Wow.
And I think for
Yeah.
me, I have this exact same problem, but in reverse, because I use the
Yes.
AirPod Pro 2s with an Android device, and I can't do any of the cool stuff.
These are basically the closest thing to Android AirPod Pro 2s.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think they sound great, especially once you get in and dick around with the EQ. I've dialed in a sound that I really liked. It's got a little more emphasis on the lows and a little more emphasis on the highs. the so this sent me down a whole other rabbit hole, which I'll talk about now. I give these a solid 9.5 out of 10. For the price, you can't beat them if you're an Android user, or you have an Android tablet, or your spouse has an Android phone, or something you can use.
You have an iPhone?
I do have an iPhone. This is the rabbit hole that it sent me down.
Oh boy!
So
Let's go.
I was so frustrated with this, and then I ended up going down another rabbit hole on Bluetooth audio codecs and Bluetooth audio connectivity. And it turns out that Apple has been giving us the big old shaft for a while now on audio connectivity. Not the good shaft, the bad shaft.
Oh.
So I went onto eBay and I was like, I gotta just find some Android something so I can play with this and see what's going on. Well, on Android or on eBay, I found an Android Motorola Razr Ultra 40 Ultra, which is the one from last year.
Yeah.
Someone on there is unloading these used, or maybe it was refurbished. Anyway, excellent condition for $250.
Oh wow.
Which is freaking dirt cheap.
That's dirt cheap. Yeah.
The-
Weren't they 1,200 MSRP?
Yeah, 1,200 last year.
Yeah.
The problem, or not a problem for me, but the problem for most users is all of the ones that he was selling in his store and a few other stores I saw were Spectrum Wireless locked. So they were only usable cellular-wise if you're on Spectrum Wireless. But I don't care about that. I'm just using it as Wi-Fi and as a testing device for headphones. So I'll probably give a full review on this a little bit later. Well, full except for cellular connectivity. But
Which, is what you want for a phone.
yeah, but you can get that from
It's the least important part of a phone nowadays.
you can get that information from any other review on the thing. But so here's what I learned. Apple only supports AAC as far as audio codecs go, and nothing higher than that. And the problem is AAC was great 4 years ago, but there has been way better advancements in Bluetooth audio codec and streaming capability that Apple is just completely ignoring.
They don't do X265 or any of those other codecs like.
Well, that X265 is a video codec.
Oh right.
Good try.
I'm used to seeing that. I'm used to seeing that with the MP3.
Good job,
codec.
Owen. You're trying.
That's the MP3 codec they use. It's linked to video though.
So for audio streaming codecs, you have things like SBC, aptX, Bluetooth LE, which is outside of codec, but that's the
Low energy.
And it actually has its low energy plus improved audio performance. And we've talked about Bluetooth LE a little bit in the past. What's another one? Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them. There's like 4 or 5. LDAC from Sony. And the thing is if you have a phone that has like a Snapdragon, what is it, Gen 1, whatever, when they did their rebrand, when they went away from like the 3 number things, Snapdragon 835, blah blah blah. So if you have a phone with a Snapdragon, a recent Snapdragon processor, you have all of those codecs supported. You have Bluetooth LE supported, all of those goodies. And I did a whole bunch of side-by-side comparisons with this Motorola earbud headset or earbuds, with my Creative Arvana Ace 2s, with my AirPod Pro 2s, etc., etc. And let me tell you, Apple is totally screwing us as far as Bluetooth audio quality goes. This phone and these headphones sound so much better than this phone, my iPhone, and these headphones. Like a noticeable uptick in audio quality just from changing the phone with the same exact headset. And the Creative Arvana Ace 2s that I reviewed, I don't know, 6 months ago, they sound phenomenal with the aptX audio codec and Bluetooth LE and everything. And you hook them up to my iPhone and I'm like, okay, they sound good. Hook them up to the Razr, it's like, oh man, there's so much more sound in this song that I couldn't hear before. I can hear the fingernails plucking the strings on the guitar, stuff like that. So anyway, now I'm mad at Apple again for their phones
Come back over. It's
and
fine.
their computer, because none of their stuff supports all this good Bluetooth stuff.
It
And
will
the-
though, and
and
they'll take credit for it.
And here's the
Yeah,
worst thing.
they will.
Here's the worst thing about it. Bluetooth LE is free. It's not even proprietary. It's just the newest base format from the Bluetooth SIG Foundation. It's open source.
Well,
you know?
Microsoft doesn't support it yet either. Steam Deck doesn't have it yet, even though the hardware's there.
Yeah, but
I hope they'll have it someday.
all the other
hope.
phones do is what I'm saying. And this is a phone. Why doesn't it have it? You know, it's ridiculous.
Apple.
Yeah. So
Apple
someday,
things.
what I'm going to end up doing actually is, well, not with this phone. When I eventually get an iPhone with USB-C, they have little dongles you can plug into the USB-C that are just Bluetooth LE with all the goodies, so that you can stream high quality audio from an iPhone, unlike the crappy built-in Bluetooth. that
Like
they
a
have.
low profile, like Bluetooth
Yeah,
receiver.
just a little dongle. Yeah.
That's cool.
Ooh, love me a dongle.
So anyway, that's the rabbit hole I went down, and it's one of those things. It's like
What a hole.
I almost feel like I wish I hadn't, because it
'Cause
opened
now
my
you
eyes
know.
to what I don't have. And now I got to carry around 2 phones if I want good audio quality. I got to walk around with this Razor folded up in my pocket, which it is surprisingly small. Really cool device.
Tether it to your iPhone just for data.
Yeah, exactly. So I
So
can
you can
stream
go-
my music.
What a life.
Bull crap.
What a life. All right. We have time tonight for a quick lightning round. Let's have Owen go first.
What do I have here?
Good question. What do you have, Owen?
You know, okay. Here's a great one. I'll just blow both of mine out. Starliner mission, you know, the one for $1 billion or whatever. It got scrubbed. Faulty valve.
Again.
Got scrubbed. Okay, that's
It's
it.
Wait,
Boeing, right?
Boeing, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Boeing.
yeah.
so
did
nervous.
they kill the person who
No.
said that they shouldn't launch or
The
something?
whistleblower.
No, there's no.
Oh, man.
You know, there's 11 new whistleblowers. You know, you killed 2 whistleblowers. Now you got 11 more. So
like Hydra.
More popping up.
lesson is don't kill your whistleblowers. But the other one is that Microsoft is finally getting serious. Oh, go. Do you have more on that? Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, I was just going to say maybe
it's a
we
lightning
should
round.
give Boeing a slight pat on the back for not sending the guys up anyway,
And blow-
even
oh,
though they know it's bad.
Yeah.
Because it feels like they've been doing that with their planes. Just get it out the door.
or they're just like, hey, you 4 random folks are gonna get to ride on the first Starliner, and it's the whistleblowers.
Sorry
More
about your luck.
whistleblowers.
It's the whistleblowers.
We whistleblowers get to test ride. So
Unreal.
the other thing is that Microsoft is finally getting serious about security for real this time.
Yeah, I'll believe
You know how they're doing
I
it.
see it.
They have
Hey.
6. They have 6 pillars of security, and they're going after the executives' bonus, not their pay. They still get paid, but their bonus. So,
Well, the real money is in the bonuses.
Yeah,
I mean, they
so-
get paid a lot in their salaries, but their bonuses are the ungodly amounts of money they earn each year.
So they've got 6 pillars, and they list them in this article what they are. Start secure, think secure, build secure from the ground up. Right? Microsoft had a bad few months here. The last little bit, they've had a bad go with being breached, both by a Chinese government-sponsored hackers and then some Russian hackers, and it was pretty bad. And so now it's going out that if your department or your app or your whatever you're working on gets breached, you don't get your bonus.
Good.
So,
Actually might work.
That'll
Yeah.
change things real quick.
yeah, I
Yep.
guarantee you they're gonna care now. So anyway, they're getting serious, I guess. Sort of. We'll see.
I loved this the last line in the article is a quote from Satya Nadella. If you're faced with the trade-off between security, this is to the company, security and another priority, your answer is clear. Do security. In
Yeah.
some cases, this will mean prioritizing security above other things we do, such as releasing new features or providing ongoing support for legacy systems.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
you-
a bold statement from Microsoft.
Or we can maybe even just say functionality, because they're
We
gonna
got to start somewhere.
They're like, hey, teams will not work if we make it secure. Huh. Well, make it secure.
All right. Well,
It can't be worse than what it is.
Right.
All right, Jarron, what do you got for your lightning round for us this evening?
Some power bottom talk here.
Let's go.
classic Jarron.
TSMC, they're really going in on the backside here. They are down to 1.6 nanometers for their next process, and there's going to be backside power delivery.
What does that mean?
Tell you when you're older.
Oh.
You okay, Jarron?
Oh, my mind started
Just
wandering.
seems like
Yeah, he just shut it down. You
someone
shut him
reboot
down,
him
Owen.
quick.
That was the
Backside.
code phrase. That
All right,
was the code
so-
phrase for a
That was it.
sleeper agent activation.
So the backside power delivery, it delivers power to each transistor's source, and from the back end, it makes. Boy, where's
There's a
it?
lot of ums happening right now.
I'm loving this. Keep
My
going.
my mind just went out the window here.
Whose
Okay.
article is this? Is this Jarron's or Owen's?
This is
Yeah.
Jarron's.
I'm loving this.
All right, so the new node is up to 10% higher clock rate at the same voltage and 15 to 20% lower power consumption at the same frequency. And there's higher transistor density, and this is all due to the smaller process as well as the backside power delivery.
Yeah,
You still haven't
smaller.
explained what backside power delivery is.
It delivers power from the backside. Come on.
What?
I guess the
Of
backside
the,
of
you know the backside.
Yes.
Wink, wink.
Ah.
smaller nodes up front.
Okay,
bigger, more power in the back.
Tony, will you
get
please
it.
save? Will you please save Jarron and give us a lightning round?
It's tailored specifically for AI and other complicated
AI.
processors that tend to have
Wow.
both complex signal wiring and dense power delivery
Yeah,
networks.
You're,
Yeah,
get it.
you're telling me what it helps, but you're still not telling me what it does.
Improved
from
power
the
delivery, which affects
backside.
performance. All right.
From the backside,
what
Tony.
it does, not how it
Power bottom. Power bottom.
I like that opening, and I think AI jumped to butt stuff so quick.
so fast, man.
They've evolved.
Here's
They're
a
evolving
theme.
fast.
What's the TTBS? Time to butt stuff.
Pretty good tonight. Pretty good tonight. Tony,
it.
give us a lightning round, Tony. Let's
Boom.
go.
All right, lightning round. You remember that really cool RAM that we talked about last year? I think that Micron was developing for laptops. That's not
Yeah.
SODIMM anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just like sets onto it and screws in. LP Cam is what it's called, and it is now shipping in products. It has officially shipped in a Lenovo laptop.
No more SODIMMs, right? Like
No
it's
more
it's
SODIMM.
soldered on, or is it?
So this is supposed to bridge the gap between soldered memory and the SODIMM stuff.
Okay.
What this does is it allows for much lower profile RAM, so it'll be swappable, but in the ultra thin laptops. So you'll still be able to swap the RAM out if the manufacturer decides to go this route. Uses 57% less active power and is 64% smaller space savings.
Power bottom.
Power bottom.
From
And
the
that's-
backside.
when I was reading about this too, they said they can use wider channels.
Yeah, and that's well,
because
that's
of the soldering and the.
so
because of
it's
putting it on
it's
the-
faster as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is up to 1.3 times
Broke Jarron.
faster than DDR5
Yeah.
SODIMMs.
Look at him.
Uses 80% less standby power. 80% less standby power. So basically everything about this is a win. And the last but not least, every module is dual channel. So you don't have to put two chips in the motherboard. You can just do one, and it's dual channel from the jump. And so you can just buy a 32 gig single
Stick. You don't
chip
have
to
get
put
the
on there,
double.
or a 64 gig single module to put on there, and you're done. So
Does it give you more power from the backside?
it has better backside power delivery.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it definitely
wider channels.
definitely powers that bottom.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. All right, for my
Yeah.
lightning
Yeah.
round here real quick, I want to give you guys an update on some nuclear fusion. The French Tomac nuclear.
It's pronounced nuclear.
There has been a new fusion record set.
Nuclear.
So
Am I going crazy?
yes. There's a team out of France
Those Frenchies.
that has
This
set
is
a new
West,
record.
Right? This is West,
Um,
right?
Yep, Reactor West. It's a new
Reactor
fusion record by
West.
encasing its reaction in tungsten, a heat-resistant metal. This allows it to, do more nuclear things better, hotter, faster. They've reached a new record of 6 minutes.
Oh wow.
Big. This is a big deal.
6 minutes is
Lit-
huge compared to the
Yeah.
past.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, right? It's
not-
one of those kind of stories we're watching, And every so often we get a new, really cool update.
And they said this one
So-
doesn't run as hot as like the other Takamok.
Well, it still
Reactors, but-
still reaches over 50 million degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
But they're using a new tungsten encased reactor to do it, so it holds the heat better.
You know, when I put aluminum foil in the oven and take it out,
What is-
like it's instantly cold afterwards. They should try aluminum foil.
What's happening right
Idiots.
now?
It's genius.
Are you okay, Jarron? Is everything going okay over there? Are we broke?
Yeah.
Are you broken tonight?
I got triggered somehow.
Do we need to come
remember
reboot you? Tony, you have a job tonight. You need to go to Jarron's house, press his reboot button.
I
Do that or schedule it. Better yet, reschedule
I
it.
bet you can guess where it is.
On the backside, of course. All right, hold on. Okay, guys.
There's only
just-
one
just
person allowed to push that button, and that's his wife.
Stop. We're done. We're done. All right, that's all the time we have for stories tonight. We are going to talk about Patreons. So if you want to give us your money, and we love you if you do, you can become a Patreon member. You can go to patreon.com/Helpdesk
Helpdesk
Arcade.
Arcade.
I did it.
Hey.
I got there. And if you do, you get some cool benefits. You get your own special, unique link to the podcast, a special RSS feed. You get the shows early. Tony puts them out on Wednesday nights
Nope.
on his schedule. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late, but you get it early. That's the point. You get both the
always-
shows.
Oh yeah, today's Tuesday, huh? It is Wednesday
Yeah,
nights. I put it
you
out.
put 'em on
Yeah,
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And you get them early, and you get both shows at once, and you get the in-between show as well, which is my favorite show that we do. Tonight's was especially good, so if you want to go give us some money, you can listen to tonight's show. What?
At any,
I just
at any-
liked how you phrased it.
yeah,
It's
at any
good.
tier, you get this at any tier, right? And
Any
any
tier.
amount of shekels,
Yeah.
but the more the better. You also get access to a super special Discord channel for only Patreon subs. That's pretty cool. You also get shout outs on the air.
if you
This is
if
the
you do
Jarron part of the night.
That's the $6 tier, right?
That's right. Top tier.
Yeah.
$6.
Top tier. $6 or more. Jarron shouts out your name on the air. And if
sure
you want to have
do.
more fun, you change your name from week to week.
You
Yep.
can make Jarron say anything you want.
You gonna
Just
be all right?
anything.
You gonna be all right, Jarron? You gonna make it through this?
Yeah. David Brosinski, Connor Keesaw,
Oh
Wiffle
no,
Tony.
no! They deserve better than that.
Thank you guys.
Jarron is
You
broken.
guys are the best.
They gave more than $6.
Jason Eatman, Keonda Carnell. You guys are messing with me. Stop it. I'm Halo Onyx. How about you, Andy Bird? Be
Challenge.
the 8-year-old Tony, the home theater geek. Jeremy, no name, no color. Keslow.
Jason.
Eric Steinman. Stop it. Eric
Jarron's
Cruz.
broken.
The in-between rating -1. Matt Nelson. Harry Patch. Adam. Aaron Faulkner. Stuart Lloyd. History is there for you to learn from or
Jason.
Mumble,
repeat
mumble, mumble.
your choice. Ryan M. and Adam Hecht. Thank
Watch
you,
this,
guys.
Watch this.
Who's
ready?
doing the outro?
I'm doing.
Go ahead, press the button.
Wait, who's doing the outro?
Press the button, Tony. Press the button, Tony.
I did. Oh, there it is.
Once again, thanks for listening. Jarron, take us out.
If you don't like constructive criticism for the ending of a podcast, just cry about it. Be an end user.
Boom. Wait,
Oh.
what? Sounded oddly
don't get it.
specific.